Gye-Nyame, it's time for us to get started. I'm so excited. Sitting up here, Kid Magic Rock. Shouts out. Here we go. Drink your water. Come on, drink your water, but first, take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath. Drink. Or should I say, breathe, then drink. Take a breath. Take your breath. Now, grab your glass for some water. Grab your glass. Lift your pitcher of that water. Or bottle. Get that pitcher of that water. Simply pour some water. Drink. Or should I say, lift, pour, then drink. Now move your body and drink some water. Move your body. Move your body and drink some water. Move your body. Move your body and drink some water. Fam, just move your body. Drink. Or should I say, move, then drink. Move your body. Move your body. Now raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Raise your glass and toast your ancestors, fam. Just raise your glass. Drink. Or should I say, raise, toast, then drink. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath. Lift and pour yourself some water. Pour. Move your body, drink some water. Move it. Raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Breathe, lift, move, toast. But remember to stay healthy. Remember the four pillars. Breathe, drink, eat, move. Drink half your weight in ounces. Eat a culturally appropriate diet. Behave. Take your breath. Come on. Lift and pour. You can do it. Move your body. Come on. Toast your ancestors. Drink up. Come on, drink it. Come on. You can do it. Come on, drink it. Lift and drink it. Come on. Drink that health in. Drink. Drink your water. Take your breath. Lift and pour. Lift it. Move your body. Come on. Toast your ancestors. Drink. Drink your water. Drink. Come on. Drink your water. Take your breath. Lift and pour. Come on, pour it. Move your body. Move. Toast your ancestors. Drink. What? Drink your water. Drink. Drink your water. Oh, family. I want to be sure to let you know you are now standing in the congregation of the mighty, the home of the stubborn minority, the place where your hustle builds muscle. This is Gye-Nyame Journey Radio. Gye-Nyame Journey Media and Radio. Damn, back in the 2010s. Of course, you know it's the heart of a symbol all day, every day. We strive to blow up your old paradigm. Yes, y'all, and you don't stop. Brother Hatim on the mic, I'm sure to pop. Hey, man, we lifting up the ancestors today, family. We are in the great, beautiful week of Umoja. Man, we have started the 7th cycle of the year. Man, give it up. We have started the 7th cycle of the year. Give it up. Oh, man, we're moving. This is officially Kwanzaa season, so I'm gonna have to come up with some Kwanzaa deal for the Nguza Saba chat. Yes. I'm gonna have to come up with a celebratory price. People miss the early bird. I'm gonna figure out. I'm gonna do about 50%. Something like that. If you use the code word Kwanzaa 365, something like that. I don't know. Get 50% off for those that want to jump in on the challenge. Man, listen. So, we are here to do our thing for this week. We're going to lift up our ancestors. We also going to lift up those who are in need of that energy from the libations, or as they say back in the church days, when I was in church, those that are in need of prayer, the sick and the shut in. Want to send out that energy, that balanced energy that they may need. We also want to lift up and we want to salute our ancestors, because a saying that is moving around Gye-Nyame right now is the ancestors are real. We see it manifesting. Family, you need to, if you're doing this and you're in our culture, you need to know that the ancestors are real. I'm trying to tell you, because stuff happens. You be like, well, I wasn't planning for it to happen quite like that, but damn, ancestors are real. That's all you can say. So we're going to go and we're going to get into our toast in this beautiful week of Umoja. We at the last, this year. But anyway, so I'm just coming out the woods. So you have to excuse me. I am a day behind on my Nguza Saba challenge. I might be able to catch up with that tonight and do a video. I haven't posted a video up from yesterday as of yet. And also I want to share a story. I've seen it popping on Instagram and on Facebook, and I want to do our rendition of it. And Tiger and the Ass, or the Ass and the Tiger, and it is not a porno. But hey, let's get into this toast. And I was tired, man. I got a young man. His name is Nunana. As soon as I got back, he was happy to see me. Kept screaming, I want some ice cream. That's a nice day. Probably one of the last nice days. So me and him went to his spot. Me and him got a spot. Go get an ice cream. Got some ice cream, got some energy. You know what I'm saying? It is a blessing to be around the young. Yes, it is. I was about to go and lay down and go to sleep. I was on my way. I stepped out the car, and my daughter brought him up to me and said, Nuna wants you. He go with you. I ain't going nowhere. He said, ice cream. Cool, I got you. Got to get them when they're young, right? When they're young, they ask for stuff like ice cream. When they get older, they start asking for shit like bikes, PS5s or some shit like that. And, while they're young, get some ice cream. Act this. Yeah, I got you. But if they start getting older, be like, oh, hold on. There's a layaway plan for that. You don't want no ice cream? How about you want a sucker? Bubblegum? My kids is beyond. But I did them the same way when they was younger. You know what I'm saying? So, so now it's time to, and the reason I was tired was because we was out in the woods. I just want to give Gye-Nyame a round of applause, especially the young warriors, because Brother Shamar, um, organize the young brothers, and he's teaching them how to organize the camp. And the ones that took the lead on this camp were Ikes and Cleve, assistants from Idris. Ikes and Cleve, because they both did their Bleacher, are being promoted from brother rank to the majestic rank because they have ran the first camp, and hopefully it'll be many more. This is one of those camps where I was able to actually sit back. You know what I'm saying? Just sit back. Got what I got going on. And plus, it was a fall camp, so we ain't really know how it was gonna go. Because it could have been freezing cold, but it was cold the first night, but it warmed up the next day, and y'all see the pictures. Supporters, I'm going to get them to put together a special reel. I want to send out to I got to remember to go and talk to Tykees about that, and I can also share some of my picks with y'all so that y'all know some of the stuff that we're doing, and those that are supporting, hey, this is worth it. And those that might be considering supporting, hey, this is worth it. Or those that might be considering the course, hey, don't help them. You know what I'm saying? They help myself at the same time. But anyway, so we're going to get into this toast. Let's get to this toast. First off, we lifting up the glass to the creator by whatever name you choose to call that creator. We lift up our glass, we salute the creator, and we say the word of power in our family. Say, Ashe. Whatever your word of power is, you use it and say it. From there, we're going to move to our ancestors. We're going to lift up our glass to our personal ancestors, which is why we started this show. Lifting up our glass to our personal ancestors. Let me get my list, my eyes. Miles Brown, Ms. Ann, Robert and Tex, Santa Davis, Herman Brown, C. Rosalie, Teddy, Georgia, William, Walter, Christopher, and Gas, and Lean, Uncle Chris, I'm Fiend, Cleveland and Geneva Brown, Margaret Ellis, Wash Ellis, Cecil Ellis, Barbara Brown, Gina Gaines, Herman Brown II, Barbara Tweed, Wash Ellis, Jr., Katie Ellis, Nikki Ellis, Mount Jones, Jeremiah Tappan, John Fallard, Monte Cupid, Manel, Nomo X, Pat Mount, Ron Malik Kapoor, Dr. Marianne Williams, Coach Kamal, the farmer, Elder Millie Dixon, Tony Clark, Pastor Yusuf Weston, Elder Jenny, Elder Ron Coleman, Elder Robert Donaldson, Alfred Bro, Hector Jr., Jay Edwards, Carl Harris, Grace Lundy, Inez Harris, William Bill Moss, Phyllis Rose, Sterling and Lucy Wright, Derek L. Pullian, the Luxor brother, Miss Eda Brooks Crawley, Miss Marie Nelson, Mr. Frederick Crawley Sr., Miss Jerry Brunson, Miss Alonzo Johnson, Miss Marie McDowell, Janice Foster, Charles Jordan, Kel Smith, Walter Smith, Richard Triggs, Francis Johnson, Mary Franklin, Jimmy Williams, Daniel Ford, George Gibson, Anna Loretta Clark, Inez McCray, Fritz Clark, Frankie Justice, Katie Justice, Derek Renneman, Virginia Roger, Ram J. Smith, Louis Henderson, Kevin Spratling, Mary Elizabeth Walker, Raymond Walker Sr., Sarah Jane Carter, Michael Ford Jr., Kellen D. Russ, Susie B. Smith, Teresa Clay, Meldale Hodge Jr., Herman Copeland, Mildred Copeland, Jenny Clay, Burt Beatty, Sarah Wells, Vita Farmer, Agoso Sue, Cheryl Harvey, Aunt Charmaine, Aunt Evelyn, Theolis Hasbury, Harvey Hasbury Sr., Leonard Dixon, T.C. Islam, Terrell Dunbar, Will Thomas, Said Barry, Mark Walsh, Merle B. Thornton, Pearl G. Thornton, Ida Johnson, Florence M. Carter, Joanne Thornton, Edgar Tricia Lewis, Juanita Wright, Robert Wright, George Wright, Mary Eliza Frederick Davis, Mary Elizabeth Rogers, May Esther, Keachla Reese, Linda Watson Hammond, Jarrell Giles Watson, Spell, Slimmy Seven Lewis, Andrew Holmes, Percy Moore Jr., Mildred Owens, Booker T. Bolton, Charlie Hunt, Sam Stover, Here to Pearson, Sturgeon Thornton, Richard Thornton, Lavina Hall, Freeman Banks, Mary Moss, Sophia Peacock, Willie Thornton, Napoleon Kenty, Mark Ramsey, Paul Ramsey, Matt Ramsey, Dave Ramsey, Charles E. Thornton, Frankie Quills, Urania Thornton, Bernice Quills, Ernestine Jackson, Frankie Johnson, Teresa Mormon, Leon Johnson, Charles Bell, Vivian Ramsey, S.E. Johnson, Rita Johnson, Leon Johnson, James W. West Sr., James Parham, Dana Jones, Henry World, Jane Farmer, Mary Chavez, Leon Grace, Bessie Johnson, Haley Levester, Mary Moreland, Paul Moreland, Elder Caleb, Rosemary Martineer, Elder Amatep Wellman, Fred Douglas Triggs Sr., Thelma Triggs, Thomas and Lula Berry, Lacey Ellen Ohio, Breaker Russell and David, Fred Douglas Triggs II, Peter Triggs, Reverend Eddie Moore, Helen Fuller, Eugene Jackson Sr., Richard Ellis, Silas Alexander, Charles Maxwell, Percy Mary Alexander, Arthur Reynolds, Stan Lockhart, Ricky Lockhart, William Lockhart, Woodrow Lockhart, Brenda Porter, Deacon Hargrove, Carlos Sawyer, Andrew Parker, Doris Donald, Ellis Murphy, D'Amico Russell, Demon Aries, Gina Ruth Jones, Jana Callahan. We have William Walter West, and Angela Paris, Elder Basiji Falani, Jim Robinson, Gladys Johnson, Valerie Clark, John and Mary Sullivan, Dirk Johnson, Antonio Johnson, Denise Waters, DeFriedis Hines, Islands Bostic, Anna Bostic, Winifred Scannelberry, Wilson Haley, Emma Hines, Feathers Lee, Eugene Spratling, Calvin Spratling, Charles Wooden, Penny Brown, Roy Lee, Print Up Jr., Miriam Johnson, Will Belong, Maya Edith Candy, Janice Carter, Michael Carter, Leon Peanut Carter, Margaret Carter, William Carter, Lisa Jordan, Charles Lee Mosley, Dorothy R. Blair, Ransom Evans Sr., Sam Evans Sr., Elon Blair Sr., Edward Stevens, Sue Ann Stevens,
Joe Davis, Timothy Butler, Gene Holmes, Danny Jones, Peter Charles, Christian Nichols, Cardinal Robinson, Rosemary Charles, Eddie Pearl, Bob Ingalls, Jack Wallace, Warren M. Finch, Warren P. Finch, Tim Ingalls, Archie Finch, William Billingsley Jr., Jennifer Sensabaugh, Hazel Gaston, Jerry Brantley, Brian Watson Jr., Kaniko Parsons, Jason Kathy Bradford, Thomas Bradley, also known as Uncle Pookie, also known as Gypsy. We got Reverend Roosevelt Word the First, Stacey Trash, Frank Smith, Mother Bertha, Michael Leonard, David Brown, Ruth Carter, June Cox, Ruth Cox, Paula Cox, Ronald Urban, Judy Hubbard, Irene Johnson, Francis Booth Jefferson, Dan Wilkinson Sr., McClendon, Jerry Doyle, Amina Rouser, Mary Nichols, Patricia Williams, Shabaka Teray, Greg G2 Gibson, Donna Hill, Richard Gleavis, B. Irby, Tommy Irby, Boy Irby, Jim Gaucher, George and Hallie Johnson, Archie Markin Armstead, Diane Scott, Erica Armstrong, Claire Fox, Sheen Evans, Archie Beck, Anna McGill, Charles McDaniel, Christine Cottrell, Aunt Becca, Alice Arnold, Arthur Arnold, Hattie Reed, Charles Reed, Eula and Andrew Baker, Patricia and Edwin Brooks, Gwendolyn and Bob Hatch, Kimball Vernon, Bradley Kim, Janie Harriet McKay, Spencer Sturgis, Sally Mae Baker, Ethel Baker, Creola Baker, Geneva Baker, Aaron Eno Baby Hatch, at Senior, Madeline Miller, Housley Hatch, Dad Cleveland, Mother Gibson, Max Nixon, John Bowie, Lester and Rachel Saunders, Dorita Ross, Riola Ross, Robert Nelson, President Stevenson, Leroy Stokes, Neely Johnson, Fletcher Swan, Maddie and Charlie Scott, Ida Casey, Thomas Coper, Vivian Stevenson, Mona Ann Lewis, Cornetta Lyman Lewis, John Jackson, William Dallas Lewis, Mary Francis, Japel Jackson, Michael Slade, Joanne Perkins, Richard Jackson, Martha Ford Dawson, Big Mama, Nanny Harris, Eva Ford, James Harrison, Margaret Towns, Mary Williams, Leroy Q. Heap Sr., Albert Moore, Miss Vanilla, Alice Motley, Geraldine Elizabeth, Douglas Thompson, Erton Houston, Lud Oz, Elijah All, Jerome All, Shane West Staten, Joe Jamel Alls, and Pierce, Donna Carter, Lily Green, Nathan Green, Beth Bond, John Dewey, Ruth Beer, Tim Butler, Raymond Laura Newton, J.B. Foggy, Thomas Newton Sr., Barbara Naeem, Jeanette Sanders, Jerry C. Sanders, Roy Pruitt, H.J. Brantley Sr., Henry Wilson, Rufus Jenkins, Minnie Wilson, Captain Sanders, Muriel Ellis, Elizabeth Sanders, Henrietta Irby, Mildred Armstead, Margaret Armstead, Captain Anthony, Ruth Brown, Charles Walker Sr., Charlie Walker, Cecil Russell, Diane Urban, Hiram Phillips, William Ford, Margaret Logan, Phyllis Barnett, Lee Urban Sr., Michael Urban, Ozella Watson, Hugo Watson, John Caldwell Sr., Robbie Lee Caldwell, Nevada Mitchell, Ron McCormick Sr., Sabrina Easley, Rashawn Easley, JaVale McCormick, Barbara Ann Reed, Dorothy Ann Reed, John Reed, Shekamaha Reed Jr., John Reed Jr., Patricia Reed, Edward Benson Sr., Ethel H. McNair, Louis Fernandez, Jacqueline Broadus, Reginald Auer, Mansman Coper, Joyce Swan, Imani Grace, Charles Scott, Charles H. Scott, Michael Morgan, Charlie Morgan, Sybil Evers McNabb, Annie Ferguson, William Ferguson, Shelby McClendon. We move into the Black Book. Moving to the Black Book, we have Jordan Giles, James Carswell, Roberta Adams, also known as Aunt Sis. We got Elder Shaka McNair and Fatima McNair. Got Anthony Brown, Jonathan Ford, Lottie Gaucher, Cousin Tony, Michael Johnson, James Jimmy Johnson, Barbara Shane Lewis, Ronald Shelton Jr., Damon Top, Christina Banks, Joseph Bingham, Quincy Mama, Aunt Lady Abraham, Isaac Cundiff, Aunt Barbara Lewis, Renee Johnson, Joy, Ryan Ross Wiggins, Jermonte, Marcus Price, That's Words, Marshawn McCarroll, Demetrius Beard, Herb Jefferson, Rob Nickens, Eric Walker, Quasi Sample, Candace Simmons, Sarah Clayton, Leonard Jones, Stanley Garner, Mel Scott Sr., Etta Clarence Luck, Elizabeth Johnson, Mr. Thornton, Johanna, Jashawn Lynette Lewis, Henderson Mosley, Charles Jordan, Henry S. II, Fannie L. Webb, Dan Walton, Alauti Sue Walton, Emma Walton, James Randolph Jow, Sonny Pete Walton, William Walton, Fred Powers, Elijah Juan, Hakeem Nkoma, Alberta T. Davis, Charles Davis, Willie R. Mackey, also known as Dr. Creamy Mackey, Victor Bowden, Drusilla Kidderbergy, Lucy White, Robert Lee White, Emma Jean White, Talton, Roger White, R.L. White, Jesse White, Ruby Jewel White, Johnson Carl White, Desi Woods, Taylor Woods, Lennox, Jim Woods, Lizzie Woods, Juanita Alexander Brown, Cynthia Ann Wright, Richard Dorsey, Andy Simpson, Jamal Simpson, Regina Hopkins, Joseph Simpson, Eddie Dorsey, Eleanor Hopkins, Edward Webster, Alice Webster, Ivy Webster, Arnella Willis, Ethel Lane, Samantha Damon, Ethel Marshall, Steve, Dougie, Shelton. We got William Bill Walker, Carl Rico Johnson, Kim Gray, Stuart A. Johnson, Edward Young III, Isaac Jackson Sr., Drusilla Murrow, Wayne Young, Christina Young, Thomas Young, Frank Murrow, Charles A. Young. We got Sylvester Foster, James and Lizzie Winston, Abe and Julia Lawrence, Ozell Leathers Ozell Leathers Sr., Gladys Coper, Dan Ozell Leathers Jr. We got Geneva Jackson, R.J. Lacey, also known as Tooth Don. We got Sarah Winston, Chris Kinney, Margaret Minter. We got May Smith, Juanette Florence, Stith Gibbs, Carl William Duncan Jr., Janet Callahan, Denny Hill, Miko Dean, I.C. Andrew Martin, Mabel Williams. We got Terry Brown, Teresa Biddle, LeBron Kincaid, Carlos Sawyer, Reverend Jesse Porter, Deacon Ezekiel Dennis, Brenda Porter, Craig Lee Jones, Granny Bueller, Papa Al Reason, Ann Smith, George Gamble Sr., Joseph Gale, LaShonda Jamar, Leroy Raleigh, Mona Yolanda Hunter, Yvonne Patrice Turner, Herman Reeves, Amanda Reeves, Josh Reeves, Linda Kate, Herman Reeves again. Gotta take that off. Pam Johnson, Baron Reese Fisher, Jerry Jossa, Caleb, also known as Mama Moon. We got Sheila Ann Lee, Panchita Albert, Donna Brooks, Barbara Mose out of Spade, Ira Branson, Eric Winston, Dan Bridges, Francisco Matisse, also known as Sonny. We got Charles Stevenson Jr., King Pleasant, Sarah Keat, Lena Shepard, Brett L. Woodland, Mabel Haskins, Wilbur Shepard, Dennis Jackson, William Haskins, Geraldine Jackson, Henry Jackson Sr., Edward Jones. We got Leslie Travis, Charlize Barnes, DeJuan Lewis Taylor, Madeline Yates, June Dandridge, Daisy Wilfork, Fred Smith, James and Amanda Baldwin, and Williams, Sally Williams, Vivian Stevenson. We got Irene Harris, Kelly Williams, Abu Scales, Pat Williams, Mrs. Bertha Walker, Tony Ogletree, Grandma Marguerite, Tracy Emery, Hassan Abdur Razak. We got Vivian Johnson. We got BJ Jones, Avishel, Roberto Monterosa. We got Chet Word, Mama, Rahani, Deborah Michelle Nash, Joseph Lane Miller III, Renoko Rashidi, Bobby Battle, Fred Gasson, Tracy Gasson, Adora Gibson, Elder Simba, Brother Bashir, Tommy Hustle, also known as Tommy Barber. We got Elder Bill Haynes, Arminta Brantley. We got Aunt Carol Walker Welsh. We got Carrie Ann Brooks. We got Jeremiah Williams, Tony Smith, Antoinette Pinson, Juanita Mosley, Michelle Simons. I said it right. Irene Johnson, Aunt Pauline, Nanny Baker. We got Ian Dabney, Quincy Yelder, Josiah Miller. We got Brother David Moore. We got Lisa Smith, Willie Thomas, Neva Fitzgerald, Neil Fitzgerald, or Neva Fitzgerald, Odessa Bell. And we got Mary Lou Roselle. Family, family, family. Once again, we have done it. And we raise our glass and we salute and we say, Ashe. What's up, Nuna? You want to say hi to the people? Go ahead, go get one. All right. This is Nuna. He ain't want to come in the camera, but all right. So, from there, family, we move on. From our ancestors. We lift up our ancestors as we did. We celebrate them. Our ancestors are protecting our past, right? These are the shoulders upon which we stand, and we move into the present moment. Right now, we are in the moment of Umoja. We are in the week of Umoja, family, and we lift up our glass and we salute this moment. This moment is our time. We take this moment to build it into something great so that we have something to pass on to our future generations. So we lift up our glass and we salute. And we say, Ashe. I heard myself talking. That's my alarm. Oh, I was like, I'm talking. Anyway, got to stop and listen. So we toasted the present moment. Now we move to the future. We toast our children, our children's children on to infinity, because if we do what we're supposed to do, they will always have space and they will always have time to do and bring to the world what it is they're supposed to bring. And we lift it up. We say, Ashe, handle your business, family. Near family. We're going to move from there. We're going to toast all of our relations. Toast, we say Ashe. All of our relations, we're gonna move to those special libations. We want to toast those special causes. I'm lifting up my glass. But also I'm keeping my glass up. I'm lifting up my glass because now it's time for us to lift up those that are sick, those that may be shut in, that we need to lift up, that need some energy from us. On the list we have we still want to send energy out to Debbie Boyd. We still want to send out energy to Brother Quasey because he's not back at 100% yet. We want to send out energy to Elder Phyllis. We want to send it out to Elder Phyllis Ransom. We want to send out energy to what's we want to send out to? Oh, Brother Atiba. I have some people who want me to send them energy. I would think their name. They didn't necessarily want their name to be out there. So we're sending out energy. All those that might be suffering from some type of ailment, we want to go on and want to send out their energy to you as well. Right? We lift it up and we say, Ashe. How can I help you, sir? What's going on? You all right? Future generation. There you go right there. All right. So we lift up our glass, family. And we move from there, and we lift up our glass. Toast. Right now, gonna toast. It's that selfish toast. We lifted it up. Come on now. You don't fill yourself up, you can't fill up the world. So we lifting up that toast for that That selfish toast, and the question that I ask all the time when I come here: what is it that you need right now in this moment to move towards your greatness? I lifted it up. Come on, waiting for your answer. Got you. Ashe. Come on. Work towards it. That's what the Inclusive Cyber Challenge for. We can work towards it. We can help you build towards it. From there, we're going to move. In the selfish toast, we're going to lift up our tribe. My tribe is Gye-Nyame. Just had a little gathering for the whole weekend, and the sun was shining. It was, Cleveland looking at me one time and said, man, this is not autumn weather. The answer is real. We lifted up, and we're lifting up tribe. My tribe is Gye-Nyame. What's your tribe? Come on, say it. Ashe. Now I want to toast the most magnificent, most beautiful, most uplifting, most outstanding, wisest, and the bravest individual in the room. I want to lift my glass up to you. I'm toasting you. We lifted it up, and we say, Ashe. Now we started with the creator. We're going to end with the creator, but we're going to end it in a mythic way. We got our mythic egg from the Phoenix. Y'all see that? I'm going to pass this on to the next person that take this seat, right? They get to take care of it. It can hatch any day now between now and 10,000 years. Talk about, you know what I'm saying? Talk about waiting for the cable man and shit like, Gye-Nyame, we don't wait in hours. We wait in generations and shit, I guess. So the Phoenix gave it to us. We got it. We lift it up, and we started with the creator, we ended with the creator, and we say Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Right, all right. Family, it's been great toasting with you. Like I said, those of you that have people that you want to put on the list, whether it's on the ancestor list or whether it's on the sick, shut in, those that need the energy, go on, send it in. Now, the way you get to us is you get on our email list. Go to freegnjecourse.com. Once you get on that email list, you'll be able to correspond with us. All right, I want you to correspond with us so that we can build. And I want you now, please make sure that when you give me the names, be clear on what's an ancestor and who needs just energy. All right, I don't want to mix the list. That ain't a good look. All right, I'm gonna go and drink. I'm gonna let y'all go. Hold on, let's go and drink with me. We about due for another batch. I gotta talk to Cleve. Well, actually, I gotta talk to my pay. Kind of expensive now. But anyway, family, we are out.